Welcome to Bertie's Got Traffic, the podcast where we teach you how to massively increase traffic and sales to any website using digital marketing. Are you tired of struggling to get traffic to your website? Are you ready to finally see an increase in sales and revenue from your online business? Look no further, because Bertie's Got Traffic is here to help. On this show, we'll be sharing the latest and most effective digital marketing strategy for driving traffic and boosting sales. From search engine optimization and social media marketing to email marketing and paid advertising, we've got you covered. So if you're ready to take your online business to the next level, join us on Bertie's Got Traffic and let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to this new episode of BGT. Today, we are going to talk about something extremely important when you start your digital marketing journey. Sales funnels. 9 times out of 10, fixing a digital marketing strategy that isn't working comes down to doing one simple thing. Stop being weird. If you're new to digital marketing, it's pretty easy to get that behind clicks and conversion rates. There are real people. Has this happened to you? You visit a website to read a blog post. Multiple banners and pop-ups suddenly cover your screen, offering you coupons for a product you've never heard of. You get annoyed, ignore them, continue reading, and leave without paying any attention to the ads. The digital marketer running those ads is probably wondering why no one is purchasing what it's trying to sell. The reason. You didn't come to the site to read some ads. You didn't know the product being offered, and you certainly didn't need a coupon for it. If this was a real-life interaction, it would be like a stranger on a subway asking you if you want to get matching lower back tattoos. Weird, why am I telling you all of this? Because creating an optimized sales funnel for your business with your users in mind is how you solve this problem and how you stop yourself from being weird. A sales funnel is a model for how to progressively build relationships with people that take them from complete strangers to advocates of your brand and product, and at scale. There are a ton of blog posts out there proposing different and complicated sales funnel models. Some will tell you that you have to use their software to do it right. Others will say sales funnels are obsolete and that a new method is better. It can be incredibly confusing. Most of this is just a distraction when you're first getting started. I found that the core principles of the most simple model still hold and will work for every type of business. The advantage of using a sales funnel when designing your digital marketing strategy is that you get a simple and straightforward set of goals that you need to hit. Building a powerful sales funnel means picking the right tactics at each stage of the funnel to hit those goals. Top of the funnel. Think of top of the funnel as your mass market stuff. Your goal here is to attract a lot of traffic to your website, listing, YouTube channel, podcast, TikTok account, SoundCloud, or whatever else your damn kids are using these days. In traditional marketing, a top-of-the-funnel tactic might be a TV ad or a billboard on the highway. In digital marketing, some tactics you can use include creating and optimizing content for search engines, launching digital advertising campaigns on AdWords or Facebook, posting content on social media networks that attracts and engages followers, developing cross-promotion partnerships with another business, getting press coverage on digital media. You can get really creative here as long as it helps you get relevant, new people to view your account. It's a valid top of the funnel tactic. Middle of the funnel. The middle of the funnel is all about converting traffic into leads and then nurturing them. A lead is someone who has shown interest in your content and you can contact in order to nurture the relationship. The key is being able to contact them. So the main goal of the middle of the funnel is to get as many people as possible from the top of the funnel to give you a piece of contact information that you can use to reach out to them at a later time. Converting traffic into leads could be someone signing up to your email newsletter, scheduling a call, becoming a social media follower, agreeing to receive push notifications, downloading an app, enrolling in a free trial, subscribing to a YouTube channel, etc. By giving a piece of contact information, these people are expressing interest in what you do or offer. This is a great time for you to build trust and prepare them for your bottom of the funnel offer. In digital marketing, some tactics you can use in the middle of the funnel include offering bonus content in exchange for an email address. This is what's known in the industry as a lead magnet. Verbally telling viewers on your YouTube videos to subscribe to your channel. Creating a free trial, consultation, or demo of product that users need to sign up for. Hosting a webinar about an interesting topic. Sending email newsletters with valuable content to subscribers. Getting users to buy a low-dollar offer. This is what's known in the industry as the tripwire offer. Or launching a Facebook remarketing campaign for visitors to your site. Again, you can get super creative here. You'll probably need to try a bunch of these tactics and fail a lot before you find the one that works for you, your business, your industry, and your users. Bottom of the funnel. This is where the magic happens. It's time to get down to business. Your main goal at the bottom of the funnel is to move the metrics that matter for business bottom line. Here you'll push the leads you collected in the middle of the funnel towards taking a specific action. For a digital business like an e-commerce site, that might be purchasing. For a physical business like a doctor's practice, that might be booking appointments. For a two-sided marketplace like Airbnb, that might be both booking a place to stay for guests or creating a new listing for hosts. Figure out what's most important for the business you're working on and implement tactics that help you move the number in the right direction. In digital marketing, some bottom-of-the-funnel tactics might be reducing the number of fields on your checkout form, launching a limited time or seasonal discount, bundling different products at a special price, implementing an affiliate program for other people to promote your products, launching an email or Facebook ad campaign for cart abandonments, adding testimonials or social proof to your sales and checkout page. There's a common misconception when it comes to the bottom of the funnel. A lot of people think that optimizing for the bottom of the funnel is limited to the checkout page on your website, stuff like changing the color of a button. If you just stick to fixing your checkout process, you'll miss 99% of the opportunities to improve your bottom of the funnel stage. Retention, monetization, and love. This is perhaps the most overlooked stage of the funnel. Here's what this stage is about. Retention refers to keeping a customer around. In a subscription-based business like Netflix, retention tactics are aimed at reducing the number of subscribers who cancel their subscription. In businesses that don't use subscriptions, retention refers to reducing the number of refunds. Monetization refers to increasing a customer's lifetime value. This is a metric of the total amount of revenue generated by each customer. For example, if you're running an e-commerce website, you can try to get existing customers to repurchase. Love refers to getting existing customers to advocate for your product and recommend them to other people and businesses they know. A famous example of this is how Dropbox offered additional storage space to users who refer friends to their service. But the retention, monetization, and love stage is usually where you can make the biggest impact in the least amount of work. It's simple. In this stage, you're dealing with people who have already trusted you enough to become a customer. They likely already know what you offer and what is better than other options out there. So convincing this segment of people to stay around, retention, buy more, monetization, and recommend you, love, it's easier than sharing the same things with a complete stranger. Look at it this way. Who is more likely to say you are handsome, beautiful? Your mom, dad, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Or a stranger on the street. Exactly. In digital marketing, some retention, monetization, and love tactics might be upselling or cross-selling customers on supplementary products, launching a referral or a loyalty program, implemented product onboarding so new users learn how to use your product, checking in on your customers to ask if they are satisfied with their purchase, offering discounts for annual plans versus monthly plans for subscription services, congratulating your customer on their birthday. There is no caveat to this stage of the funnel. If you're working on a business that's just getting started, you shouldn't focus too much on retention, monetization, and love. Get customers first, work on this later. Expressways and return paths. These are not stages of the funnel, but ways to move people through the stages. The funnel model lays out a neat way for moving people from one stage to the next. In theory, real life doesn't work that way. People are messy. And while you might want everyone to follow a certain path, things will probably look more like herding cats. Some people will go straight from the top of the funnel to the bottom, but others will get to the bottom and go back to the top. Plus, a lot of people will just reach a certain stage and drop off altogether. That's why you need to build expressways and return paths. Expressways are paths that allow people to jump stages of the funnel and convert faster without necessarily passing through all of the stages. If you have someone who wants to purchase right after visiting your site, it's inefficient to require them to register to a webinar before they get the opportunity to enroll. Expressways make sure you don't miss out on any easy conversions. In digital marketing, this might look like publishing a pricing page so users don't need to request a quote, allowing users to purchase your product or service directly from the site, adding live chat or a chatbot to your site so visitors can get faster answers to their questions before purchasing, allowing users to click a link in an email in order to receive the next one in a series instead of having to wait a few days. Return paths are ways to get people who have fallen out of the funnel, gotten stuck on the stage, or moved back to a stage, and push them to continue moving down the funnel. Most people won't follow the exact path you designed on your funnel, but letting people just fall out of the funnel without making an attempt to recover them isn't efficient for your business. Return paths allow you to increase the efficiency of your funnel. In digital marketing, these are some examples of return paths. A Facebook remarketing campaign for people who added an item to cart but didn't complete a purchase. A newsletter that re-engages people who stopped moving through your funnel. A lot of the tactics used for expressways and return paths might belong to one or several stages of the funnel. But thinking about expressways and return paths separately will help you avoid unconsciously adding inefficiencies to your funnel. How to know if your sales funnel is working? Designing and optimizing sales funnels is a lot of work, so you will deal with broader metrics. More specific metrics will depend on the specific tactics you use at each stage of the funnel. You should probably analyze these individually and not as a part of the analysis of your funnel's performance. As a reminder, your goals at each stage of the funnel are usually top of the funnel, get more relevant traffic, middle of the funnel, get more leads, bottom of the funnel, get more sales, retention, monetization, and love increase customer lifetime value. Let's dig into each one. Traffic. It doesn't matter if you have heavily optimized your middle and bottom of the funnel if no one views your content at the top of the funnel. At the very top of the funnel, your objective is to get your content in front of as many people within your target market as possible. It's worth saying this again. Get your content in front of as many people as possible within your target market. Naturally, traffic is a pretty good metric for the top of the funnel. But even 1 million visits per day are useless unless they belong to your target audience. For example, if you run a website for a local hardware store in the US, it won't help your business to attract traffic from Canada or Mexico. Even if you don't run a website, there are metrics similar to traffic for most platforms that you can use for the top of the funnel. For example, a YouTube channel owner can track views, and an Instagram account owner can track impressions. Bounce rate. High engagement is a good indicator that the traffic you are attracting is actually interested in your content. And bounce rate is a good metric to use as a proxy for engagement. Bounce rate is calculated by the percentage of people who leave your site without interacting with it. A lower bounce rate usually means higher engagement, or in other words, that your content is relevant to the people viewing it. Bounce rates are also used by many algorithms that will impact your top of the funnel efforts. A high bounce rate can cause lower search engine rankings and higher costs for your ad campaigns. Instead of just looking at traffic at the top of the funnel, consider bounce rate as a part of a mix of metrics. New leads. Your main goal at the middle of the funnel is to gather as many leads as possible from your top of the funnel traffic. Depending on your business, the way that you track new leads will vary. If an email subscriber is considered a lead, then you could track your subscriber growth. If a lead is defined by a relevant action on your site, then you could set up conversion tracking for that action with Google Analytics. If a person becomes a lead after being qualified by the sales rep, then you could count the number of new opportunities in Salesforce or any CRM your company uses. The most important things for lead tracking are: 1. Everyone in a company or marketing team should be aware of what constitutes a lead. 2. It should be easy to find out how many leads there are and how many are added over time. Sales. This one should be pretty self-explanatory. The one misconception I see people have is that they don't track anything on the bottom of the funnel for one of these two reasons. They work at a nonprofit, they don't make sales online. If you work at a nonprofit, you should find an equivalent metric to track and optimize donations, ticket sales, etc. If you don't make sales online, you should still track sales because you're responsible for the amount and quality of the leads you get through the site. Average order value. Just as you track sales, you should keep an eye on how much, on average, each customer spends when you make a sale. A low average order value is not necessarily bad. A business can make a lot of money by selling lots of cheap products, but keeping an eye on this metric helps you identify which kinds of products you are selling more of, which types of customers you are better at converting, or which promotions are more successful at converting customers. Knowing your average order value is also helpful in making forecasts or estimates. Churn. Subscription-based revenue models are becoming more and more popular every day. For those types of businesses, it's critical to track churn. Churn is the metric for the percentage of people who cancel a subscription during a period of time. It's calculated as the number of people we cancel a subscription during a period, divided by the total number of customers at the beginning of that period. A high churn rate means that you'll need to invest resources into retention. Your job is to keep churn as low as possible. Customer lifetime value. This metric sounds more complicated than it really is. Customer lifetime value represents the total amount of revenue generated by a specific customer during an entire span of their relationship with your company. If a customer signs up for a $40 monthly subscription and cancels after the third month, their lifetime value will be $120. If a customer buys product A for $100 a month and one product B for $50, if a customer buys product A for $100 in month 1 and product B for $50 in month 6, their customer lifetime value will be $150. If a customer buys a product for $50, then asks for a refund and never comes back, their customer lifetime value is $0. Your objective is to increase customer lifetime value as much as possible. The best sales funnel tools. Which tools you'll use to build your funnel will depend on the tactics you decide to implement at each stage of the funnel. However, there are a couple of tools you'll find helpful when working with your funnel strategy and optimization. Google Analytics, the most popular web analytics tool in the world. By setting up goals and events, you'll be able to track the performance of your sales funnel, among many other things. Funnelytics. As you build and add elements to your funnel, keeping track of how everything works can get complicated. Funnelytics makes it easy to create visualization of how your funnel works that you can use for documentation and share with your team. How to start building your first sales funnel. The first thing you'll need to do is find a company or business to build a sales funnel for. Here are a couple ways to do that. Build a sales funnel for your own business. If you already have a business, you can simply use what you've learned to grow it. Start your own website or blog. If you don't have a business, this is the next best thing. By starting from scratch, you'll have more freedom to experiment and you won't have to worry too much about messing up. On the downside, you will probably have a harder time finding an audience to get started with. Find a business you can help. Maybe there is a business you already work for, a friend's company, or small business in the place where you live. This option has its advantages since you will be able to see results, or lack thereof, faster and might be able to find someone to mentor you. Once you have figured that out, here's how to move forward. As always, finish listening to this episode, of course. You will have a fundamental understanding of how sales funnels work and how to build them. Create a list of all possible tactics you can come up with that will help you build your funnel. Doing webinars, optimizing content for search engines, seeking partnerships, etc. If possible, ask other people in the company for ideas as well. You will have an entire pipeline of growth experiments to roll out for several weeks or months. Next to each tactic, determine which stage of the funnel each tactic belongs to. This will help you establish the first level of priorities for your experiments. For example, if the business has a lot of traffic but not enough leads, then you should probably start with middle of the funnel experiments. Or if the business is brand new, you should start with the top of the funnel before testing bottom of the funnel experiments. Assign scores from 1 to 5 for difficulty of implementation and level of impact. If a tactic is too hard to implement, give it a difficult score of 1. If a tactic is likely to significantly benefit the business, give it an impact score of 5. Once you know which stage of the funnel to tackle first, these scores will help you prioritize the order in which you roll out your experience. Set a goal and a time frame. For each tactic you test, define a goal, traffic, followers, sales, etc., and a period of time when you expect to hit the goal. You will have an easy way to know whether your efforts are working as expected or not. Plus, you'll gradually get better at setting up goals and targets. Reverse engineer best practices. Once you know which tactic you'll test, look for people and companies using that tactic successfully to learn how they are doing it. Ask around, find this. Adapt, don't steal what you learn to your business. You will have a better understanding of how to successfully launch each tactic instead of having to figure everything out from scratch. Implement your tactics. Pretty self-explanatory. And last, review that works, what doesn't, how to improve. Cut what doesn't work and move on to the next experiment. You will learn from your successes and failures and use that experience to build your sales funnel. Avoid these sales funnel traps. Building funnel is a lot of work. You will fail many times before you succeed. It's not uncommon to try a lot of things that don't work, or even to try the same thing 10 times before it starts to work. But when you find a thing that works, it can dramatically change the direction of a business. These are some mistakes I made when I was getting started. Avoid these and save yourself a few headaches focusing on the wrong stage of the funnel. This is by far the most common mistake. Be aware of where your efforts will have the biggest impact for the business. If the business doesn't have any traffic or leads, it's a waste of time to try and make the checkout process easier. If a business is already converting 15% of its leads into customers, it's better to work on doubling the number of leads than trying to increase the conversion rate to customers by 1 percentage point. Figure out where the holes are in the funnel and work on that. Trying to copy successful case studies. How we increase conversion rate by 47% with this simple tactic. How this company went from 0 to 50 million in 2 years. A few weeks into digital marketing, you'll start noticing headlines like those everywhere. Before you jump into trying to replicate these tactics, keep in mind, what works for another company might not work for yours, even if they are within the same industry. People who write these articles can and will usually pick a way to calculate and present results to make them look way more impressive than they really are. These companies usually leave important details out of the content to protect themselves against competition. Case studies are a great source of inspiration for your own funnel, but nothing more than that. If it was as easy as copying case studies, everyone will be swimming in money. Getting too cute. I fell for this stuff all the time, and it's caused by the proliferation of growth hacking content. Headlines like, "This company used chatbots to generate 30% more sales," can make you feel like you are missing out on a huge opportunity by not using chatbots. Same thing happens with the latest social media channel marketing tool, trending tactic or growth hack. We call this trying to get too cute. What I mean is that it's better to stick to the basics before trying to build something super complicated or paying for an expensive tool. Here are some examples. Before you try to add a chatbot to your site, maybe try adding a contact form and see if people will actually reach out for help. Before you try to build a complicated email sequence, try sending it to a small group of subscribers to test if it actually works. Once you validate that a basic idea is worth pursuing, you can start adding more complexity to it. Not before. Thinking you can't build funnels for your type of business. I was actually surprised by this one, but I stumbled upon it so many times that it's worth adding it to the list. It's easy for people to think their business is unique and that a lot of the things mentioned in this episode won't work for them. Non-profits are a great example of this. Just because a company isn't optimizing for profit doesn't mean they can't build a funnel. A good non-profit still has objectives it wants to meet: an amount of donations, a number of attendees at an event, a number of people or animals, buildings, organizations, communities to help. You can build funnels to hit all of those goals. What's described in this episode is a broad set of principles to help you lay out a path for people to perform an action that will benefit the company you work for. It doesn't matter if that's an increase in sales or some other goal. Thanks for listening to Bertie's Got Traffic, where we teach you how to massively increase traffic and sales to any website using digital marketing. If you're looking to grow your online business and need some help with your digital marketing strategy, don't hesitate to reach out to BGT. Our team is here to help you succeed, and we're always happy to offer guidance and support. Remember, the key to success with digital marketing is to have a clear strategy in place and continuously test and optimize your efforts. By staying up to date on industry trends and regularly analyzing the performance of your campaigns, you can continuously improve your website's traffic and sales. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to join us next time on Bertie's Got Traffic for more tips and strategies on how to grow your next business. Until then, happy marketing!